Hello, everyone. Just seeing this Daniel Bwala saying that they are incapacitated in tracing terrorists showing off ransom on social media using Elon Musk Starlink. You know, when they say excuses are like shoes, you always find the ones that fit. That is exactly Tinubu's illegitimate administration. At every moment, they have a reason why they can't do something. But the ones that have to do with bad governance, the ones that are not for the good of the nation, they know how to do them and how to do them very well. If it's an individual that criticizes them or one way or the other one, or said something about them that they want to go after, trust me, they know how to find those people. But terrorists are all out there, you know, showing the monies that they collected, the ransom they demanded for and collected on social media. Terrorists are actually doing giveaways on social media, and you're coming to say that, oh, you're unable to trace them. You people cannot trace them because they are using Elon Musk and Starlink. Have you tried to reach the company, the Starlink, and say to them, hey, this is the dilemma that we're going through. This is the problem we're having in the country. What are the things that we can do to make them, to resolve it and ensure that the right thing be done? Have you even tried it? Let the company, let you even say, okay, we tried that, but the company said no, be based on their whatever they do not want. They will not be able to do this. They haven't done any of that. Tinubu spokesperson Daniel Bwala disclosed this in an interview with the radio station when asked why Nigeria security agencies were swift to track down, arrest, and detain government critics and opposition, but have failed to do the same with terrorists boasting and flaunting ransom on social media. Let me give you one scenario. He said there's a regulatory body in Nigeria that has database of Nigerian people. There's also a body that deals with internet service provision, where if you are using an internet service that is covered within the sphere of Nigeria, we can trace wherever you are through your IP address. If you are using Starlink, he said we cannot trace it because Starlink is not registered in Nigeria. It is in space. Starlink prides itself as the world's most advanced satellite constellation using the low Earth orbit to deliver broadband internet. The spokesperson said that the terrorists most of the time are using cellular services from neighboring countries, not Nigeria, so it becomes tricky. So if it is tricky, what then have you done to ensure that these neighboring countries, you're meeting with them and you're talking to them, you're getting them to see how can you collaborate? What do you do? These neighboring countries, around Nigeria, they are also fighting insurgency, and there's what's that thing they call it, joint task force. Yes, the JTF, the joint task force that they have, which consists of the countries that border Nigeria. You're talking about Niger, you're talking about Cameroon, you're talking about Chad. I don't know whether Benin Republic is included. I'm not very sure whether, but these other three, they're all part of it. And most times, even those countries, it is Nigeria they blame most of the time. It seems as if Nigeria is the weak point. This is where the terrorists are more able to get away with anything. So even if they are using network of other areas, you can work, you can collaborate with these countries and ensure that you are able to tackle this thing. But hey, it's all about excuses and more excuses that they just have that they just constantly doing and constantly are working on it. It's just really unbelievable when you see all of these things that are going on. You then wonder, where is Nigeria headed to? It's excuses and more excuses while citizens are constantly being killed out there. So what, and this is the time when you would really ask the question, now that United States of America has designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Now that President Trump has given, either ultimatum or threats or whatever it is that you decide that you're going to call it about Nigeria, what he refers to, that disgraced country. It's actually a disgrace because we shouldn't be here. Nigeria should be a country that should be at the top there. But unfortunately, what we see most of the time is just we are doing the barest minimum or no minimum at all. So what one would expect, this is the time to ask for that collaboration, to ask for that help and say, hey, we have these terrorists that are coming out to show themselves on social media, but unfortunately we are not able to trace them because of ABCD. So can you help us trace them by doing XYZ, and in what way can you help us? And these are some of the ways that you go on in resolving the problem. But as you all know, Tinubu's illegitimate administration is really not interested in governance. They are more interested in politicking, in propaganda, in doing all of that. And that's why you say in the midst of the suffering that is going on, the killings that is going on, the abduction that is going on, all they're thinking about are vehicles, are things that they want to just have there. Campaign issues, campaign materials, campaign vehicles, and a whole lot more, that are going on. And you just wonder where then does that put, the Nigerian citizen. But of course, it's almost as if, there's this disdain towards Nigeria in terms of the arrogance that there's nothing that Nigerian people can do, that they're there. Well, we've seen this before. You know what, that thing that they say about pride goes before a fall. That's definitely what I see here. Just trying to take some of the comments, from people out there on this particular issue. The first we have is someone called Awoken Nigeria Youth at Awoken Nigeria Youth. Say, Elon Musk, can you switch off the internet being used by the terrorists in Nigeria, according to this guy for thanks? But you can easily trace anyone that criticizes our government. This person said it just doesn't add up. And this is Solomon M. Kure on X. True, once you join APC, you lose your brain, says King Henry. And the reason why they said this, of course, Daniel Bwala had made a tweet some time ago where he had indeed said that the human brain is so fantastically made that anybody who joined APC automatically lost everything. There's also a tweet that he had done that even if you give Tinubu, is it 50 years or say, or is it 20 years, that he cannot do anything. But hey, school fees must pay itself. What do you know of school fees will not pay itself? What do you know about tech? You all lack political will to do the needful. Jokers in power, says Pop Stan. And I think that's just it there. It's all about the political will to do the needful. There's no political will to do anything. There's no integrity to take responsibility. There is no there is no patriotism to do right by the country. All they are interested in is a power grab, and whatever way they can squeeze themselves into that position of power, they will do it, even if it's by licking the boot of whoever is in power, even if it's by lying, selling their people off, throwing their people under the bus, whatever it takes. They are ready to do it for the sake of them remaining in power. But let's just keep going as citizens. Let's remember that doing the right thing is very, very important. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.